Hi, this is Dima Petrovykh, and you're watching an introduction to Solidworks, version 2014-2015. In this video, I'll give you a brief overview of the program, and then show you around inside. Know now that I'm not going to be teaching you how to specifically use Solidworks, but I'll just get you familiar with the basic structure and concepts involved. So SOLIDWORKS is a program for solid modeling, computer-aided design, and computer-aided engineering, which basically means that it's a tool for modeling objects in 3 dimensions. Within the program, you can combine several of these 3-dimensional parts into assemblies, and even make technical drawings of both the parts and the assemblies. It's easy enough to use if you're just tinkering around, and it's sufficiently robust to where engineers use it every day to do their work. As an example, if someone wanted a computer-controlled mill to machine out a specific part, or if they wanted to 3D print a part, then creating a 3D model in a program like SOLIDWORKS would likely be their first step. Now if you want to use it, it's available for Windows and Mac, and if you're a student, then your school may offer a discount, or even a free license. When you open SOLIDWORKS for the first time, this is what it looks like. And if you look at the top left, you can see a lot of standard program options, such as creating a new document, opening an existing document, or saving wherever you're at. If you mouse over the SOLIDWORKS icon, you can see a lot of the same options, except more in depth and categorized. Now, if we look over to the right, and click on the SOLIDWORKS Resources tab, this menu pops up. And if we click on the Tutorials button, then we get this whole pop-out window, which is basically filled with SOLIDWORKS tutorials categorized by tabs. Each SOLIDWORKS tutorial has an approximate time of how long it takes, and a brief description to tell you what it's about. I've used these tutorials, and I can safely say they're pretty good. So if we close this window, we're back here. The tutorials icon is by far the most important thing in this whole bar, but something else you might want to check out is the making my first part, making my first drawing, and introducing SOLIDWORKS. Another tab worth looking at in this bar is the SOLIDWORKS forum, which basically allows you to input any kind of questions or topics and see what other people have asked about the same topic. Moving on. So let's create a new document, and that'll reveal a few options we haven't seen yet. So we're going to click on New Document. We're going to make a part, which is a single 3D object, as opposed to an assembly, which is a collection, or a drawing, which is something different entirely. So click Part, click OK. You see 3 new things, first of which is this toolbar at the top. The toolbar, as you can guess, has all of the tools in some organized fashion. And tools basically allow you to change your part. You can cut holes in it, you can round corners, you can make things symmetric to each other. Basically, every possible way of manipulating a 3D object is one tool or another. You also notice the display menu and this vertical sidebar. In order to actually give some context for these last two, I'm going to open a part that I already have made and show you around in that. So, in this display box, you see the actual 3-dimensional object that we're talking about. You can move it around, zoom in and out, stuff like that. On the left, you see the part-specific attributes. If you navigate these tabs, you can go to the Property Manager, Configuration Manager, all of which are important, but as a beginner, you mostly focus on this first one. So here, from this point down, are all of the operations in the order they were done that were used to create this part. If you were to try to recreate this part using the exact same functions that are listed here, you'd soon realize that a lot of them aren't actually visible in any of these tabs. And the reason for that is that SOLIDWORKS simply has too many tools for them to all be so easily available. These are simply the most commonly used ones. If you want to find other ones, you can go to the SOLIDWORKS, Insert, and then look for your exact tool within one of these submenus. If you already knew what submenu your tool belonged to, you can simply right-click on this toolbar and select the subfamily from this list. In this case, this whole submenu appeared on this left side, but wherever it appears, whether it's here, or here, or here, it's easily draggable with the left mouse cursor. And that actually comes into play as the project progresses, because you can easily customize your display, and that makes the tools you need easily available to you when you need them. If you can't find a specific tool you're looking for, maybe extruded surface, then you can just type it into this command box and you'll get a list of suggestions, and you could simply click on it. If you'd want to know in the future where to find it, instead of clicking on it, you could click on these glasses, and that would show you right there, big red arrow. Now, I'm aware that there's a lot of stuff visible and a lot of buttons that are pressable, so it can be fairly confusing. But you need to remember that SOLIDWORKS is a very logical and a very organized program. If you want to see the part you're working on, it's right here. If you want information on this part specifically, it's entirely contained within these 5 tabs. If you want a tool, and in order to alter your part, it's going to be in this toolbar, in one of these tabs. And if it's not there, then it can be easily added by clicking one of these and opening a submenu with the exact tool you want. So, if you've watched this and you're interested in learning how to actually use SOLIDWORKS, once again, I recommend going to the SOLIDWORKS Resources tab and just trying a couple tutorials. They're very useful, and additionally, YouTube is an excellent resource. Lots of people have made tutorial videos on how to use specific functions, how to use sets of tools, and basically how to do anything in SOLIDWORKS. I hope you found this useful, and I thank you for watching.